Hey everyone, I'm Rather Coherent, back with Operation Grotesque Scepter, a very difficult destroy alien relay mission. We have to counter Undying Loyalty. In the base game, this is already one of the most harsh, difficult, and unfortunately random dark events you can encounter, so it's very frustrating the way it is difficult. But if you like double the number of enemies, then you double the number of random zombies you get as well, and this becomes incredibly brutal in my mod setup. I can't really let that through. This team strikes me a lot as being the last team, but worse. Iron Rhino's not here, the Psionic Medic isn't here, the Skirmisher has been massively downgraded. But comparing any team to the team I just said is going to look bad, so let's judge the team on its own merits. We have a bonded pair of Marine and Field Support, like to see that. Also, this is White Wolf, the second best Marine in XCOM, so that's worth something. Another bond pair of Total Halibut and Baroque Baron, which is, you know, they've been A-team for a very long time. It's only recently that I've started to not think of them as A-team units, and they're still absolutely right up there. And then we have the best Sapper in XCOM and, you know, a Skirmisher. Not the Skirmisher, but a Skirmisher, and they're still pretty good. I've still spent some AP on them to get Sprint, but that's it. The big issue here is because this unit isn't using Shredder anymore, they just didn't roll that perk, they don't have the ability. The team is much worse at getting through armor. And additionally, as a result of that, I'm kind of worried. I don't think I need to be, but I'm kind of worried. We have the Acid Bomb and a Sapper, that should help make up the difference. Anyway, let's get into it and see how it goes, and if you could hit the like button as we load in, I'd appreciate that. Alright, we're looking at the underground base map. I like playing this generally. There's not high ground for us to take, which won't matter since Rhino's not here, I guess, so that's nice. But let's get a door open and figure out what we're really dealing with. You know, could be anything. Let's get moving, see if we see anything. Still nothing. Gonna move up to here on the Skirmisher, see if that gets eyes. Still nothing. Perfect Tragedy at this point might be safe to move out to there. But they're definitely safe to move here. Still nothing. The Reaper's gonna sprint forward to corner cover here. Still nothing. Alright, so Fiber Giant just needs to be facing forward and they'll be safe. I think at this point I'm confirmed to that, since Soldier's in a pretty similar boat. White Wolf can be anywhere because they're gonna be teleporting to where they actually need to be later on. So I think this would be like the best line of sights we currently have, even though it's half cover. Halibut can move. I think these windows do break, so I don't want to move too far in that direction. This is map edge, right? Yeah, this is map edge. So I feel safe being here on Halibut. Hey! Wait, no, that's just my last unit. I thought I got eyes for a second. I could have, but that's just my last unit. And we did not get eyes. So, not really too sure where the aliens are at, but line of sight's pretty heavily restricted here. Just gonna move out to here. I'll see this room as I run past. I'm gonna look down the corridor. I'm getting progressively more scared as this goes on. Alright, so we finally have eyes. Harrier Captain, Codex, and Trooper. Assuming that we saw the whole pod, which isn't necessarily the case. That's not too bad. Getting up to here isn't even really good because it's very likely to get caught, but I could get to here instead. Oh, I can't jump over this. Fair. Excuse me? Why would you route like that? So I can get to here because of peek from concealment. And I am going to take that move. It looks like I got eyes, yeah, on another pod. I was thinking, there's no way that reveals. Codex, Elite Trooper, Legionnaire, just more stuff. The Biomech is easily the most threatening part. In my notes, I had that Biomechs and Mech Troopers and Hive enemies might all need to be slightly higher in force level, because I do notice they got here, like, right on the edge of powered armor not being here. And I don't know if my campaign went slow in tech or not. I think they need to be where they are. I think they're good. And I was just slower on tech, especially on the powered armor tech itself, and that's why these guys showed up one-shotting people. Now they're terrifying, but appropriate. I'm gonna Blue Move Bug out this way, and just have my Reaper be on the flank. They're gonna find shots on something, probably. I can't go here, but I can move to there. And this is map edge, so I feel safe having my Reaper out here. I don't think there's gonna be any chance of a flank. The Skirmisher is gonna be running forward to full cover, I guess. Fiber Giant's gonna have a harder time on this move than the last one. Well, I can make it to here, but that could also get caught, so it's not even a good thing to make it there. I can run into here, and then first turn I'm capable of overdriving and just running through the cover to get to wherever I need to be, so that's fine. Did I see something? That literally isn't in revealed tiles. Alright, game, I have questions. Mostly those questions come in the form of explicit profanities like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not even in a tile marked as detected. Let me load and save and try to figure out the behavior there. That definitely counts as the sort of mod shenanigans where the base game shouldn't have glitches where you go to tiles that were never detected and then you get revealed. I think we can all agree that's bullshit, but I want to figure out what causes that as well. I don't quite remember what my first move was, so I'm going to run forward with White Wolf, see if that gets vision in the pod, and lets me figure out where I need to put my Combat Engineer. The Combat Engineer ran to here. I remember that move very specifically, and I think at this point I should have full vision of the pod. At the very least, it's pretending I do. And I think that might have been the issue. Yes, I don't actually see this pod right now. Okay. Do you see it? You do, but you weren't here last time. But I was on the edge of movement here, so I had some vision, for sure. My field support had ended up over here. They might have vision of some of this. The field support can see the trooper and the captain, so the only two that matter. Wait, I was thinking maybe I didn't see the trooper, so my vision that it was showing was wrong. This very explicitly shows none of this detecting me. Let me take some positions on other characters, get full vision of everything, and see if they still detect me. So I'm starting to feel like
I can get there.
Did it just display the wrong person as detecting the move? According to this, nothing detects me. I can just move here. I never enter a tile. This isn't even a peek from concealment thing. I'm just safe to do this move. It's very clear. So is it a consistent bug or is it not going to happen this time? Yeah, spotted enemy. So I've reloaded for this bug before. It just ended up on the cutting room floor. You didn't have to watch it. But if anyone knows what's causing this, I'd be interested to hear it. It might involve peek from concealment. That's very likely. But it's not happening because of peek from concealment's intended mechanics, right? Peek from concealment is not doing its job if it's causing this, and whatever is causing this isn't doing its job. This is clearly a bug with something, and for all I know, it's a base game bug, but I have no fucking idea why that move pulls. Thinking about it, I believe I've only ever seen that bug on Pioneers, no other units. And if that is the case, the bug might be caused by the fact that Pioneers give an increased detection range to enemy units, right? And what could be happening is there is a fractional value that counts for detection, but not for the UI element of detection. That's like the only guess I've got, and honestly, I have no idea. But we're gonna make the same move except into full cover this time, because then peek from concealment saves my ass. Anyway, we're gonna continue moving out. I think I moved my Reaper slightly differently before, but I'm not too beat up about it. There's not like any bias based on previous actions there. That's honestly a worse move than what I did last time. I just want to be done with this turn. I'll stand here in the bad half cover, I guess. Steel Guardian can get... Let's not jump through windows, okay? That's a little bit unreasonable. White Wolf can get on corner cover here, as long as we handle this flank, which might not be a given. But that's also a thing where we don't have to handle the flank, I guess. We can just teleport out with Icarus Jump if we need to. If they stack up, I will open with Overdrive Rocket from the Infiltrator and just destroy this. I think they're not quite... if they only move a little bit, if my Reaper can tell me that they're, like, right here, I can probably still rocket that. Let's start with the obvious part of that plan, though, is the rocket reach. Fuck no. Do you know how Infiltrators work? Absolutely not. There's not a chance in hell Infiltrator rocket aiming is letting me get that over cover through windows. What am I talking about? I'm gonna move to here. The sight lines won't be great, but I need to know that it's safe in here. I think I'm going to just walk into the open, but there's no reason not to walk to full cover. Let's not be crazy here. I'm going to move up one more tile, because there's not really anything of danger here, I think. Okay, so there's another pod here, then. There's 3 codexes being pulled at this point. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, because this is not a good way to pull. I mean, does Overdrive reveal... I could Overdrive and use Supernova. It seems like a good start, right? It's really hard to argue with. Like, let's just be honest with ourselves. There's a lot of actions I can take, but there's a correct one. If Pioneers have this tool available, it just seems wrong not to use it, yeah? Because, I mean, I could figure out how to engage 11 enemies, or I could figure out how to engage 4. He's not really animating the Wrecking Ball for some reason, but he's able to run through that because he has Wrecking Ball when he's overdriving. Goodbye, Advent Pod.
Armor integrity.
Apparently something exploded, but he has enough armor to be fine through it. Now, this is a substantially easier ambush, even though we have like 4 unkilled enemies that are actually out and about. It shouldn't be a problem. We had the shot here. Who has blue screens? It's not the Marine, it is the Skirmisher, who's a little bit on the wrong side of the map. I have a grapple? This is a thing? Unfortunately, it looks like I don't see anything over here, but I can grapple sprint. Let's take some other moves first. I would like to not have anyone get murdered by that mech with its 8 to 9 Overwatch. I could use this, but I can also just unload its gun as a free action and ignore it that way. I think it's Bombard Protocol, Capacitor Discharge, and Neutralize Protocol. I think that's the play. I don't know if this stuff is able to be destroyed, but if their full cover is destructible, this will be, you know, vastly helpful for me. That's sort of what I was expecting to happen, but it's fine. Now we see what the Codex does. That's what I was expecting the Codex to do, but it's fine. The original Codex will be dead. Turn off this Overwatch. I kind of want to know if friendly fire exists on this, but I also don't, and the fact that it's highlighting the red sort of tells me. Now, ideally, someone kills the biomech during the turn. It's just not going to be done by anyone who's currently out of line of sight, right? We have to pull the Overwatch. There's no one with lightning reflexes, so I need to disable that to be safe. Oh, this is a pretty big AoE. Probably could have done this instead, huh? Does this deal bonus damage to robots? It says damage 16. I feel like I used this before and it was more like damage 6. Are you sure it's damage 16? Oh. That was Supernova. Yeah, I clicked the wrong button. Unlike line of sight pools, that's just old me. That's just old me. New plan, figure it out. We definitely want to move. Wait. Oh, the Overwatch is lying to me. That Overwatch doesn't actually trigger because it doesn't have bullets in the gun. But the UI still thinks I'm getting Overwatched. Anyways, it looks like I have to choose who I'm hitting here. I can't quite get the Elite Trooper and the Muton Harrier. And the Elite Trooper is definitely the less threatening of the two. That's very sure to me. So we work on the Harrier Captain. You may have lit Baroque Baron on fire, which is obviously not ideal. There's no supports hanging over here. There is one here for a pretty sick solution to the mech, I think. It's not actually a good position. I'd be much better off just like being here. And if I want to do that, I'd be better off being... But there's not a flank position there. There is here. All right, do it. This is the only solution to the Codex. It's a pretty great use of Icarus armor. We're at the edge of the map. We've seen 3 pods here, including the guard pod. There's no reason this should ever pull. 99 here, 94 there. Codex is an easy kill. And then we take our second shot on the biomech. That's not a good 94 to miss, White Wolf. Your life might be kind of reliant on these shots. A few more high percentage misses and we're in a very bad spot. Okay, so we take the grapple forward followed by the sprint. That's got to happen. The amount of mobility that you can get out of this version of the Assault is pretty dope. Now, there's a slight problem with this Biotrooper just being alive, which I am not a fan of. Nothing to be done about it at the minute. Or this Elite Trooper, rather. It's not a Biotrooper at all, but still. If I use Explosive Action, that'll actually be the solution. So let's take the Explosive Action. Fine, fine. Next turn's gonna suck. Hopefully no one runs in. Double tapped one way too fast. If I had seen the objective, it would have been a problem. Now we justice him over so that someone else can take him out. We don't have Retribution, so this isn't just a kill. But it could crit. It could always high roll. It did crit, but it didn't roll high enough. I need more heat for that. It's down to a just halibut. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, you got the stun. Nice. If I use Teamwork here on Baroque Baron, they can just throw a Mimic Beacon. And I don't really want to use Teamwork here. Wait a second. I have a grapple. Is that even helpful? It gets me more movement. Because right now the issue is like I run to here and what? I could throw a mine on the Elite Trooper, but since he's stunned, I don't need to anymore. That is a 2-action stun, right? 1-action stun. Okay, that's very important. He'll probably reposition with it though, so it's not the biggest deal. I do think I run to here and there's no chance the shotgun does anything to the biomech, right? Like, this just doesn't work. No, not at all. So I just put the mine on the elite trooper. And the safest, best play here is to use teamwork on Baroque Baron. This might light them on fire. No, they're not moving. They only light on fire if they move. And I'm not planning on moving. So we just tell the biomech to reload and shoot this guy. And that's easily our best bet. Oh, hey, the Assassin, Warlock, Hunter? Assassin is here. Who are you weak to? Templars? Damn shame, they're not here. Now, this probably means it was a difficult mission or a very difficult. I think it was very difficult because it's an assault. There might be one pod left. That checks out. That's fine. I'm sure we didn't need you for anything. The good news is it only lasts for one turn now. Anyway, this is a very bad turn at this point. We have so few actions compared to what we're supposed to have. Anyway, the assassin pulled instantly. I don't know if they can attack on the turn that they spawn in. Did you just throw a grenade? You bastard.
First they will suffer, then they will die.
Oh, hey, we did get the next pod. Cool, 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 cool. Bio Rocket Trooper, Elite Muton, Heavy Anti-Riot Mech. Good job with the smoke, buddy. We're almost certainly going to throw another Mimic Beacon. Now, first question. It said removed, but I don't get an action, do I? No, I get the turn. Crazy. You are still debuffed, but still. You being in stealth doesn't matter at all. You are safe to flanks. So I can run out to here and chuck the beacon. And there's no chance in hell we don't chuck the beacon. What is the rule? I only get the normal action back for death from above, right? Unfortunate. Chuck the beacon. Because it turns out there's a lot of unmitigated actions happening this round. And there's nothing I can do about that. Melancholy Manticore is a 100. Nice. Quick breakdown. 102 from the... Oh, Superior Aim PCS is just doing a lot of lifting there. Additionally, we have the advanced scope. And it's just in the open with, you know, 10 base defense, so fair enough.
They have served with honor. Their duty to the
I think your best bet is to move here and potentially to hunker down. But if you're hunkering, you don't need to be in good cover, and next turn you're not going to be staying still, you're going to be doing stuff. So, actually, let's pick up the loot and then continue taking positions on this flank next to Baroque Baron and make this stuff off. You can't pick up loot, you're too dizzy. Okay. Maybe baby needs a nap. You can go in the corner and take one. Fiber Giant, why are you back? Fiber Giant, why are you back? Since Soldier's not back, you use the same abilities. So I've now confirmed that I wasn't going crazy in a few of these instances where I thought I got Supernova to go away immediately on Fiber Giant, because I do sometimes. Is it just costing me the next two actions and something is giving me more actions? Relentless when it apply, breakthrough when it apply. I'm not sure. It just seems like a straight up bug then. All right, Fiber Giant, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pick up the loot and then move back to where you were because you're not allowed to fight this turn because that's cheating. At least it's cheating as far as I know. For all I know, I'm just missing a very clear mechanic here and there's an obvious reason you're getting two actions that are being depleted instead of your next turn, but I'm not seeing them. Going to run forward on Steel Guardian. I believe the assassin's just in the corner there. I could chuck a grenade her way. I think working on all of this is probably better though, right? Seems the case to me. Because the plan is for the Riot Mech and the Rocket Trooper to go for the Mimic Beacon. I would like to kill the other two. Although that guy is in cover on the objective, which is pretty hard to kill, as it turns out. I have a flank shot on the assassin at 100. Really? I want to take that very badly. Can anyone else somehow give me that shot? You can get to here, which is half cover, but there's a Mimic Beacon out, so man the fuck up, right? I enjoy that plan. Man the fuck up. We've pulled all the pods. Stand in the open. You're a combat engineer. You'll be fine. You got hit by an explosive just now, and it did literally nothing. Can't hit the objective, even though it works on sparks these days, but this should kill them. Yeah, nice. Which means I can now shoot the assassin. Which I do want to do, and you're all that's left, so I guess we're doing it. I'll take suppression on the second one, try to maximize the chance that things don't go badly. Actually, you are quite literally going to be slowed by my feeble attacks. Your mobility just dropped from 15 to 10. Alright, come on, anti-riot mech, come shoot the target, dummy. Oh no, not Mr. Mimic. What about the Bio-Rocket Trooper? What's he got? Same strat. This is why that item might need a rework in the next campaign. It's been fun, though. I haven't played with Mimic Beacons since my very first campaign of XCOM when it launched. After that, I was like, oh, wow, this is bullshit. But now there's so much bullshit that it just fits in with the crowd.
Consider yourself lucky. Most would not survive such a strike.
Wait, did we not take the suppression shot? No, we did. I was just busy talking about Mimic Beacons and nostalgia. Yeah, we shot them. It was good. We can probably just kill you with rockets at this point. I don't really want to stand in the open, but at the same time, it's not the biggest deal if I do. Perfect Tragedy, if you could use the rage suit and the rockets I gave you instead of being like, I don't know, the Chosen sure is scary. Well, it's been a perfect mission with them so far. Maybe they'll turn it around at the end and get a positive trait, right? The worst thing is I can't reload White Wolf's gun now. The whole reason I brought you doesn't work. I can Black Eyes quarantine somebody, though, and by somebody I mean the Riot Mech, and the Riot Mech's the one I want to kill, so never mind. Anyway, the Sparks are back this turn, so that's nice. I guess I'm overdriving this turn, because I mean, like, if I'm not overdriving now, when the hell am I overdriving? And that gives us a pretty clean answer to the Riot Mech, right? You might think I was talking about shredding it with my gun. It's the end of the mission. I haven't used these rockets yet. There's got to be one that hits both of them, no matter how bad the targeting is, right? It is impressively shit, though. Like, I know the tile I need to target, it just won't let me. It's like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're being blocked by this thing. I'm about to take a different strat just because this is so frustrating. All right, you can just kill the Riot Mech then, I'm done. That rocket definitely works. You just shoot it right here and it hits them both. It's super easy, but the game doesn't want to give me that, so I'll do something else. It's fine. Oh, that was so dumb. Can we kill the Rocket Trooper this turn with any degree of... Yes. Yes, we can. Yep, you're just in range for Kinetic Strike. That will be Bio-Rocket Trooper dealt with, loot acquired, and we'll go kill the objective too, I guess.
Terminated.
Did you jump through the window but not animated? Is that how you got here? I have no idea. Maybe that wall's not there. Got an Elerium core, which is always nice. Objective officially handled.
-15, we confirmed destruction of the relay. The alien
I guess I run this way. There's no reason not to. Run forward on the Sapper, drop an acid grenade on her because it deals more damage than the plasma since she's been shredded now. And we're probably killing her with explosives like this turn. That seems like a reasonable expectation to me. Just going to blue move forward on Halibut as though I'm invincible. Let's not. Let's do the only thing. Let's avoid the only possible bad thing that can happen. Halibut, you've done good enough. You can just leave. Don't take the risk. Throw your grenade still. Like, the grenade's great. I love that part. But you're the only bad thing that can happen. As long as you evac, no one can die. So, nice damage with the grenade. Good Hunter of Chosen trait, apparently. Totally knew he had that. Cover doesn't matter because she's going to be running anyway. She's not just going to stay there in the acid. So since she's repositioning with 15 mobility, well, it's going to be 10 mobility because I'm going to suppress her again. But still, there's no point in being in cover. It just won't matter.
How clumsy of you.
Yeah, run forward to here and shoot her. You'll have a chance to kill. Silly me. My bad. Here we reload. We don't have vision of her? How did we possibly lose vision of her? Overwatch, I guess? She doesn't respect Mimic Beacon, so there's no point in throwing one. I'll turn to Ambush on and Overwatch here as well. That's it for everyone. She might be dead, she might not. Who cares? What you gonna do? Slap somebody for 8 damage? They'll live. Oh, hey, she's summoning me loot. I was just being efficient by not killing her. Does the second priest have loot, though? Oh, she's using them to pull overwatches. I always forget about this, and then it's really funny when it happens. Saved her life. And then they healed her. What good meat shields. So how much does it heal for? 6? You know, about a shot.
You cannot escape.
Oh no, not the blinding grenade. Anything but the blinding grenade. Now, Miss Assassin, did you know that despite the fact I chose not to use rockets, which may seem baffling considering your weakness to them, I have plenty of rockets. Like, I'm nowhere near incapable of using these. They could just kill her? She'd have been so dead last turn if I could hit her with the fucking rockets. Oh. Yeah, I just missed 32 damage last turn because I couldn't target her and the spark with rockets.
You are the only ones who have ever forced my withdrawal. And now you leave me
Can you stop talking so I can kill the priest and go home?
I'm sure we'll see them again, but that Chosen sure wasn't expecting the fight we put up today.
Hey, you're finally back in action. Come use Rage Fist. I got the Bio Vest here, but also I just didn't care if I was getting poisoned. It turns out I'm not getting poisoned because of the Bio Vest, and I finally got to do the thing Perfect Tragedy was supposed to be doing all mission, which is dope, but we win. It's fine. There's no reason to rag on Perfect Tragedy for AFKing the whole mission again. Coming over to the debriefing. We've got a good chunk of damage on Steel Guardian, as you'd expect for a Sapper. Not many kills. Same with White Wolf. Marines are more capable of getting kills than Sappers, but oftentimes fall into similar roles. Total Halibut with 3 kills, 31 damage, honestly less important than the other two. Baroque Barium was a really good scout this mission, as Reapers always are, and not much else, as Reapers frequently are. Melancholy Manticore actually doing about the same as everyone else, carrying their weight. Good to see out of a skirmisher. I always am worried when I'm playing with Draugr, like, oh man, I might have really fucked up this class, and then I remember there's 140 ability points on the fucker, and that kind of impacts my perception of them. What ability tree? I just have an ability bar. It's just all of them. I picked everything. So it's always nice to see this character doing reasonably well, because that's where the class needs to be. It's where it's supposed to be. Perfect Tragedy, oh yeah, that one. I was like, that's Final Enigma, that's Pure Mischief. Who's Perfect Tragedy? He's the one that AFK'd. All of this was from the very last turn of the game. Viberjack got MVP. I mean, he just deleted 2 pods off the map, so yeah, that checks out, since Soldier not quite getting the performance I expect out of them on account of me accidentally Supernova-ing nothing. They definitely would have done it better if I hadn't done that. As the team gets back, Total Halibut's the only one getting a promotion. And holy shit, it's our first Major Combat Engineer. They're really, really kind of nuts as you get to Major and higher. They got some very strong abilities. For instance, you can just have another Rockets. Now, admittedly, they deal less damage now, so probably not worth it. I thought this was insane on Sappers, but when you already have the Rocket, it doesn't seem as good, right? Rupture looks insane initially, but then you realize it deals critical damage and it gives the debuffs, but it still requires you to hit, I think. It doesn't say anywhere in this that I don't roll to hit anymore. It doesn't say a guaranteed hit, which is a very important bit of text. And then there's Concealing Smoke, which might arguably be the best option of the bunch. Oh wait, any stealthy allies. It's not just Ghost Grenade. What counts as a stealthy ally? You have to have individual concealment. Okay, I don't care anymore. We're taking Rupture. I thought it was whole team on Concealing Smoke before. Now that I know it's not, it's a good ability, but Rupture is the clear choice here. I don't know that it's a guaranteed hit anymore. I haven't gotten to the point where I test that out in the campaign. Really hoping it's not. Because if it is, it's just like glaringly strong compared to everything else, and the Combat Engineer is a lot stronger in the late game than I think it should be. But as long as they're rolling the hit, it's relatively fine. Undying Loyalty will not be happening in this campaign, thank God. And we have several Shaken Shoulders, in fact, 3 of them at least, total of 3. Hey, Perfect Tragedy has went from Fear of Chosen to Hunter of Chosen, finally. We won't have to deal with them randomly AFKing the next mission. What were we doing? I believe we were getting Avenger power. Yes. And we're looking to, around the time that Black Cat finishes their side training, start launching base assaults with the A-Team. Until then, the A-Team is on hold. First things first, though, we're just getting... That doesn't matter at all. The Avatar project is completely wrecked. If I ignore it for the rest of the campaign, it will probably be fine. New covert action for an engineer. Don't really need engineers. Like, it would help, but I'm not going to launch an infiltration for an engineer at this point. We got Stasis on Sword Saint. That unit is tremendously better than they were a second ago. These next ones, I think I go for Inspire. Fortress is nice, but on a Templar, instead of spending 13 days of side training, I can just spend the AP to get Fortress. I don't need to get it here. Phase Walk is really, really cool. I like the idea of being able to teleport. It's obviously good. If I have Insanity, which I think I do, then Schism is also good. But Inspire is the best ability in a general sense, because it's just the best action that the rest of your team wasn't taking before. And it's also a blue action that gives a turn-ending action, so yeah, Inspire it is. Assuming it hasn't been changed inside Overhaul V3. I'm making the same assumption about Stasis. Anyway, back to scanning. Radio Beacon, Avenger Power +3. We have a new thing for rookies, no thank you. What's the other stuff we have? A Soldier in 11 days. We can build faster, heal faster, or gain intel. Or we can contact region. I think I contact this, and I eventually make the tower up here when I have money. I think making contact with New Brazil is the best thing to be doing. Quick question, how much contact can I actually make at this point? If I were to man this, how many do I actually get? +4. So yeah, we're nowhere near having to make decisions about our final locations. I have enough intel that I can afford to come spend the extra 80 to not build the tower. I know, Shin, that's why we made them. Shin, the reason we made them was to use them. If they were gonna go unused, we wouldn't have them. You don't need to tell me they're at capacity, that's the goal. We've got Sabot rounds, the one type of bullet where there is absolutely, positively no chance I ever equip them. These negate squad site penalties. Not really something I'm hyped about. This unlocks the bio-rocket launcher. Not sure I really care about that. Gonna keep on going down experimental ammo as I can't afford to go into experimental powered weapons. We definitely should be improving one of the soldier bonds. Mercury Hawk and Den Mother aren't actually available for this, so it's gotta be Psycho Mantis and Magpie. Alright, we keep making contact then. Fool's Idol no longer has negative traits. We want to keep that thing being used all the time. Fool's Idol no longer has their negative trait. Let's see who else can be cleared. Napalm Blizzard basically doesn't exist. So I guess I'm gonna go with Missile Moth. Isn't Missile Moth currently also in bond training? Yes. It's fine. They can be in 2 places at once, right? Does that work? Yes, they are currently in the infirmary and in bond training. Wonderful. Wait, no, Missile Moth isn't their partner. Who's your partner? Mantis and Captain M. Minuscule Magpie. The other MM in the roster. Okay, they're not in 2 places at once. We're good. We have Venom Reaver and Wretched Phoenix back. Venom Reaver gained a bit of aim, 19 ability points to XCOM, no longer sitting at the bottom of the barrel there, which is nice. Anyway, let's continue making contact, see how the manufacturer upgrade goes. I like the superior laser sight, but it's not what I'm looking for, really. Arson Paragon makes it to Lieutenant. Again, not important, but nice if I ever have to use this soldier for some inexplicable reason. 2 hours for Sabotage, which is... fine, I'll be back in a bit. Once again, another boring stealth mission. We didn't even reveal in this one. The speed PCSs just make them so much safer than they used to be. The stress is completely gone. Anyway, what did we do this for, and why do we endure that busy work? It was to reduce avatar progress. Super needed that. Honestly, the mobility on Rambler might have been more valuable. And Arrogant Plebeian also makes Lieutenant, but I'm more concerned with just making contact in New Brazil. Did anyone on that mission do anything that mattered? Prodigy has more will, big whoop. And we've located the stronghold, so we could launch an infiltration, progress this if we wanted to right now. Contact with new regions made instantly. That could save you a lot of time if used in the right situation, and I'm probably going to use it in exactly that situation later in the campaign, but not right now. And Narcissistic Hulk is going up in ranks. Who cares? There's a new covert action. I think you're telling me that I have none. It's because I did them all, though. I guess I can do Fabricate PCS. It's good. Sometimes. I really don't care about health or will or even dodge very much at all. Mobility and aim are just so powerful for my offensive abilities by comparison. Full rifles are done in 1 hour, huh? Neat. Oh, and there's a new assault mission as well. What's this for? A scientist. Yeah, I'll take that. It's everyone's favorite sit rep experimental rollout. I see this one way more often than others, it feels like. I know it's just RNG, but still. I want a hack stack, but it's so late in the campaign that anyone who's stacking needs to be getting experience. They can actually be the A-team. So instead, I'll just be sending it to a tech specialist who's good, but not one of my best ones currently available. So obviously, Dead Titan and Big Large are my best tech specialists. Blind Alpha is my, I'd say, second best tech specialist, which means he's too good for this. So we're gonna send it to Revolver Ocelot instead. And as for the worst soldier in the entire game to send with them, it might be Crying Wolf. It's Napalm Blizzard. There we go. No risk of an ambush. But click remove all PCS just on the off chance that one of you has one for some reason, and we're gonna send them. They can get wounded on not spinning intel on that. And now it turns out we have an ambush to do. Or not an ambush, I guess it is an ambush, just we're the ones doing it this time. And once again, the A-team is banned. They're on a hold right now, so let's figure out who's going instead. I was thinking, how can I make Terror Rhythm have a futuristic, high-tech version of a welder's mask? And I found this. I found the War Night Helm in the list of modded gear I've added. I feel like that's the closest we're getting to a high-tech welding mask, along with some various Stench Fury modular armor pieces look appropriately heavy. I quite like this ridiculous tank of a man. And since Venom Reaver's never had any headgear, I feel like now that he's in the endgame, he should have a stupid little beret. I feel like that's appropriate. After far too long in character customization and kitting out the team, we're finally ready for Operation Rushing Hydra. By the way, great candidate for a new code name in next campaign. Rushing Hydra, which is a good name. I really enjoy that one. As for the team, well, we've got a host of Mimic Beacons. No one's duplicating them, so we just need to carry a good solid 3 of them. Our Sapper has, at Captain, still just 3 plasmas, but we have an acid grenade, and I'm choosing to carry incendiary bombs these days. Because with the extra power rigging slot, it's not a huge cost, and it makes them much better units against Frost Legion. And we're still only using 2 of our 3 suits of Warden armor because the War suit's going onto the Combat Engineer for another rocket. They're carrying 2 disorienting plasmas and 2 battle scanners. Over here on the Assault, Rage Suit, Bioblaster Launcher, Shotgun, Ion Axe. If I had money, I'd consider building the Powered Shield and trying that out, because I do genuinely think that Assaults, as I've played them, are bad, and that the only good melee weapon in my setup with this many dangerous modded enemies is to be playing non-melee entirely. And the Ballistic Shield is the only one that's even, like, close to that, right? The Ballistic Shield is making you into a biotank. It's not there to kill people. It's there to make you durable and fundamentally change what the unit plays. To the point where in next campaign, I've already committed, I'm replacing the Assault class with either the Phalanx or the alternative version of the Assault that has a Ballistic Shield tree instead of a weapon tree and can only equip Ballistic Shields. Because I don't see any point in the class as it stands currently. He's on my roster, he's one of my better soldiers, but the class he's in just has a lot of problems. And of course we have Icarus armor on our Marine and Serpent armor on our Sniper. This is the first time we're seeing Seething work in quite a while. They're out with their bond mate Venom Reaver. Umbral Assault still doesn't have a bond partner. Hopefully it'll become Terror Rhythm because they're both, you know, soldiers that actually see a lot of play, although Terror Rhythm could probably do better than Umbral Assault. Most of the higher ranking soldiers already have bond partners. Pure Mischief is also a soldier where, like, they were at the top end a while ago, and they just sort of fell off for a little while, and now they're sort of the middle of the pack. Final Enigma is very much the same boat. As I've started putting pressure to play missions with the A-team and stopped doing missions I didn't absolutely have to do, some of these soldiers that were in the lead of the pack, that were really good iconic soldiers in the mid-game, I've just not seen missions in a while. And as we need the A-team on hold right now, they're all going to be seeing a lot of play in the near future while we do these base assaults. But for now, I'm done. All of that's going to be happening next time. I'm Rather Incoherent. I've been having a blast with XCOM 2. I hope you've been enjoying watching it. Thank you for doing so, and I'll see you in the next one.